Hello there, after a very, very long while. Of This is kind of our new setup and our new game plan. And I know that it's probably a little bit odd, but it's kind of what we have to work with, and we're going to use the best out of it. So, this is kind of what it looks like. I'm going to be here. You notice it's just me at my apartment computer desk. Of and I'm going to make videos for you all to learn content and to try and interact with you as much as possible through an online medium. So, here's kind of our idea, and there's still a lot of things up in the air. You know that with forensics, it's a very, very online, or not online, it's a very lab heavy and interactive course. And obviously, that's going to have to change from what we've been used to in the past to what we are going to be doing this time. So every single day, what I'm going to do is that we still have to continue with the content. And what I get to do is I'm going to start out every single day, same exact way as what you see right here. It's what we've done since day one of, I'll say, what the day is, what the goal for that day is, what our agenda for that day is, and any homework that you have, and just go from there. So, what we are going to be doing is that you notice it's kind of talking, or our agenda is I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're going to do this distance learning. We are going to have to use Canvas like mad, and I know that that's not super, super beneficial to some, but it's what we are given and what we're going to have to try and make the best out of. So, I'm going to go to our class Canvas page, show you a couple of changes there. I want you to focus on a class Canvas discussion board. Of what we are hoping for these discussion boards is that they're kind of the first line of defense with these, and I'll get more into that later. And then finally, yes, we are going to be using Zoom. Zoom is an online interactive, just like Skype, video chat, and it allows for you and I to have this one-on-one conversation still that I think is really, really important. So, I'd love to use it for discussions more so in forensics, as much as like what we've done in the past, asking questions, things of that nature, not so much for curriculum, if that makes sense. So let's talk a little bit about it and then we'll call it. So, our new process with distance learning. I know that Dr. Grumick has sent out a lot of things, and probably a lot of you are really, really confused as to what that entails, what types of qualifications it has, or what exactly you're going to be doing? Well, let's put it in a couple of very, very specific ways. Dr. Gromick has sent you a schedule. That schedule you do not have to follow precisely. I am not going to be checking attendance every single day. It's not like you logging into Canvas and working during our class block on that time. The schedule is there as a guide for you to try and say, how do you keep some normalcy in this entire thing? Now, what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be posting you new content about probably 2 to 3 times a week. It could be something as let's learn new material, let's focus on it. I want you to do some research on it, study this famous case about it. What exactly has that material done in the world of forensics? And to go from there. So, it's really kind of up in the air right now. Now, there's a lot of questions as to like how are we going to do labs? How are we going to take tests? What does this mean about our forensics final? Are you going to be able to use all of your material learned? And honestly, the question and the answer to that is just I don't know yet. We're going to have to kind of play it by ear and trying to figure out exactly what we need to do in order to continue effectively. So we're going to start here. Today's day is just learning what we're going to be using, signing up for them if you need, and then going from and through that process. So let's first go to our Canvas page. Our Canvas page, it looks almost the exact same, and let me move me out of the way. But if I go into a student view here, it's nothing that you haven't seen. Come on. It looks the exact same with all of our units, but there's two big changes. The first one is over here in its announcements. Every single day that I have something new for you, I will post an announcement. So today is current currently Wednesday night. I'm making this video, and there's a video going up, this video actually, Thursday morning, so that you can watch it and get prepared for class. So there is an announcement happening that morning. That announcement will give you kind of the agenda for the day, saying if there's any major links, do I want you to go and read this article? What exactly do I have for you to do featuring forensics on that day? The second thing is that we really don't have anything super interactive anymore, as much as I hate to say it. Of whenever we're in class and we're having a discussion, we're just, you know, going back and forth and you're asking me questions, but Mr. Tate, what in the world? And I'm trying to answer. It's really simple for someone to raise their hand and be like, hey, Mr. Tate, and everyone can interact in that manner. But that's not really a thing anymore. So what we are going to do to try and counteract that is that I want you to go and I want you to respond to this discussion page. As I said, it's meant to be the first line of defense. Or was saying that we can't have one person raise their hand and everyone get the same material anymore. And if you shoot me an email about a specific question, then it's only a conversation between me and you. I'm not saying, by goodness means, don't send me email, but I'm saying that it builds a different type of characteristic in our virtual classroom if everyone can respond and if everyone can interact as opposed to just you and I. So I would really like you to use these discussion pages first and foremost. Then, whenever I start posting a video like this, what ends up happening is that a lot of teachers, I think, are going to try and start posting them Canvas. Canvas has a really false or small file size. I can't post anything above 7 to 8 minutes most of the time whenever I do it. So I started racking my brain and I was like, okay, there's got to be a solution. What is something that I can do? What's a good file and video sharing website? And you hopefully should know the answer. What I did is that I have a super old professional YouTube page. And as you see, it's literally for our physics class now at Nerinx and you all. So what I'm going to be doing is that anytime that I need to upload the information or the data for the day, I'm going to upload it here onto this YouTube page. If you go even to the playlists also on the side of my page itself, you can't really make files in it, which is its own thing. But the playlists, I'm going to have one playlist for you all in forensics and one playlist for physics. So you would go to that specific playlist, click on that day. That's how you're going to get your information. But as I said, it really does help for us to have some actual interaction. A discussion page on Canvas is really nice. And you watching videos, I'll say it's nice. But I want to have that one-on-one interaction with you all. And it's a lot of fun too. So what we are going to do, we are going to use the program called Zoom. Zoom, again, think of like Skype. It's just you and I going and having a video conference together and talking about what exactly we're learning and how we are going to use that information in an accurate and concise manner. So if you just Google Zoom, it's going to bring you here to this homepage. And if you notice, there's a couple of things that you can do. Number one, you could go and you can create an account, much like I have here. And if you create an account, you can download Zoom, and eventually you'll hit this main Zoom, like just starter screen. Whenever you want to join a meeting, you press join. It'll ask you for a meeting ID, and we'll go from there. And I'll always give you a meeting ID. However, if you don't want to sign up, something else, you could just come up here to join a meeting, click, and it's the exact same thing. So if you notice, I'd like to try it out with everyone this Friday, specifically this Friday at 1 p.m. This is not a required thing. It is not going to be a, hey, come on in and we're going to give the lesson for the day. You have to sit there, watch, and then move on. No. Every single Zoom is going to be recorded. It's all going to be saved after the fact. So if you are not able to go and to access the Zoom at this time, that's okay. But this is just meant as a starter, saying, can we get all the material to work? Am I able to create a meeting after everything is said and done? Are you able to do it and make sure that both our equipment on my side and your equipment, like your laptop, work at the exact same time? That's our first idea. Now, as long as you can go through and you understand these, our class is kind of in a rut right now. We have some curriculum, don't get me wrong, and I'm going to be more than happy to teach you that, but we have the opportunity now to go and expand our curriculum past what we would have been doing during our time with our labs. So what I would like you to do is that, again, on this discussion, I want you to respond to the Canvas discussion board, and it just asks you, what exactly would you like to focus on? What are some big ideas or big techniques that you would like to learn for forensics in an electronic manner that we would like to focus on moving forward in the class? But besides that, I think this is kind of it. Next week, I'm going to start actual lessons and actual information for you all and try to get it so that we can have some normalcy again as much as possible. But up until that time, we're just kind of in this, spot. So, this Thursday, Friday, come here, watch this video, respond to our discussion, think about it. Come and meet me on Zoom at 1 o'clock on Friday. After we've done all of this, hopefully we will feel a little bit better. This Zoom is just meant to say, hey, what are we doing? What kind of questions do we have? What would you like to focus on? It's not going to be very long. It's just, hi, it's good to see you all finally again. And we will go from there. But please just let me know if you have any questions. I hope you're all safe and well with your families right now. Enjoyed your somewhat spring break. And I will see you all soon. Thank you all.